Get started. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for taking the time to come in. I know we have Steve Swantek on the phone, and Prakash Matthew is supposed to be calling in. You have the agenda before you. Oh, and we do have a new member here this morning, Reed Middaugh. Did I say your name correctly? Yep. Thank you. Welcome, Reed.
Thank you.
You have the agenda before you. Are there any additions or changes? If none, do I have a motion for approval?
Prashani motions to approve.
Peterson, second.
Motion and second, discussion. If none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carried. And we have the minutes from the May 26th meeting also. Did everyone have a chance to review those? Do I have a motion for approval?
Also, I'll move.
Second.
We have a motion and second. All those in any discussion? If none, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Okay, the minutes are approved. Next on the agenda, item 3, we're reviewing the application from DFI BD LLC, the rehab on 122 Broadway, and I will turn that over to you. Thank you for preparing all this.
Of course. Good morning. The City of Fargo received a Renaissance Zone application from DFI BD LLC for a commercial rehabilitation project at 122 Broadway North. The project will rehabilitate the basement, first floor for 2 commercial tenants, and the second floor for offices. The project will also add a storefront entrance along 2nd Avenue North. The project consists of 13,250 square feet, and the applicant estimates a total investment of $1,731,100, which equates to roughly $130 per square feet, which exceeds the commercial investment per square feet threshold as set by the state in the City of Fargo. Staff believes this project will benefit the downtown community and is recommending approval. Staff has scored this application as an 88 out of 100 per our rubric. If you have any questions at this time, I'd be happy to answer them. Also, Mike Zimney, the applicant, is here if you have any questions for him on the project.
Did you have any comments on the project? Something you'd like to add to it, the presentation?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you. Mike Zimney with Kilborn Group. We're the developer of the property. As Kylie said, this is at 122 Broadway. It was built in 1911. This is the former Merchants National Bank. In the 1960s, Merchants National Bank moved to the current location of the U.S. Bank building. And since that point, it's been a number of restaurants. When the ground floor restaurant vacated the space about a year ago, we started working on these plans to renovate it. So the project before you is the total dollar amount is related to the Corn Shell project, and then there'll be additional money put in by the tenants. The current second floor tenant is Emergent Prairie in the Prairie Den. They'll be moving to the black building, to the mezzanine. So right now we'll have Chase Bank on the Broadway, and then we'll work on filling the backside and the basement and the second floor with tenants as we lease up the space.
Thank you, Mike. Are there any questions for Mike? And Reed, just a little FYI, the scoring was changed just a little bit to coincide with the Downtown Focus project that was done 3 years ago, probably now.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and time goes so quickly. And they did score an 88 out of 100, meeting the criteria. So,
Great.
is there any other discussion on the project?
Madam Chair, I have just a housekeeping issue, and I apologize. I probably should have checked this out earlier, but can you clarify for me, are there 2 DFI funds? The reason I'm asking is I didn't even put 2 and 2 together here before when I was reading the agenda. My husband and I are very minor investors in one of the DFI funds. Is there only one? And if so, I would need to declare a conflict of interest here.
Okay.
There are two funds. There's the downtown real estate fund, so
Okay, that's the one where,
yeah, and then
This is a different
the,
one.
the newer one is the Great Plains Opportunity Zone, so that's like Mercantile, 1001. Those are most newer project, Kessler behind Black Building, but the original one is the downtown fund, so the
And-
DFIBD is part of that.
it is, okay, then I
Okay,
need to
so you'll
declare.
abstain. Okay, when you do roll call, she will abstain. Any other discussion? If none, do I have a motion for acceptance or denial?
Prashani moves to approve.
We have a second, Dean Brashani, or a motion, I mean, a second by,
I'll second.
Also move, Steve.
I missed that.
Steve did as well.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. I didn't see you, so. Okay, well, let's put it at, Steve, would you like to second that?
Sure,
All right.
absolutely.
Okay, thank you. And Reed did also. And this requires a roll call vote.
Pipcorn,
Aye.
Madell,
Aye.
Swiatek,
Aye.
Peterson,
Yes.
Brashani,
Enthusiastically, yes.
Mathern.
Aye. Motion carries. Are there any other public comments or any other business to come before the committee, the authority?
Staff has one thing to add, but you can certainly go first.
Go ahead.
Madam Chair, thank you. I think it goes without saying, but I tend to say it anyway. I think this is easily one of the coolest buildings we have in the city of Fargo. Aesthetically, it is an amazing building. If people that are new to Fargo haven't been downtown, get downtown and stare at this building before it gets demoed, so you can appreciate what Kilbourne's going to do to it, because it's going to look far better when they're done too. And I am still shuddering to think at the lack of a King House buffet in downtown Fargo, because I cannot count the number of times I ventured to that place and gained excess amount of calories on a lunchtime basis. So that made me a bit sad, but what you're going to do is really going to be an amazing project. So thanks to Kilbourne for keeping this building and keeping the spirit of it.
Excellent. Thank you. And go ahead, Kylie.
Yeah, so if you remember the last time we met, which was in May, we had spoke about how your board was going to be the Brownfields Advisory Committee for the City of Fargo per our EPA grant for the Brownfields. So at that time, we were working with the SRF Consulting Group to do an assessment of the Mid-America Steel site, and they were working with the public as well as some stakeholders to determine what the best use would be for those sites. So I just wanted to let you know they did make a report in a presentation to the City Commission on Monday night, and they did have 5 recommendations of what the site could be used for, and I believe the City Commission did receive and file that document, so we can go ahead and send that out for you guys.
Excellent. Those were good meetings, so they did a nice job.
Thank you.
Any other comments or business? If none, our next meeting is August 25th. Does it look like we will have something for the agenda?
As of right now, we don't have an application,
Okay.
but you never know.
All right. If that's all, meeting is adjourned.